Quick question before we start. When's the last time you actually updated how you go through airport security? Because here's the thing nobody's telling you. Airport security in 2026 is running on an entirely different set of systems than it was just 12 months ago. New biometric cameras, new 3D scanning algorithms, new automated bin tracking, and not one single bit of it was announced to the public. So if you're walking up to that checkpoint doing exactly what you did last year, you are genuinely, actually at risk of getting flagged, pulled aside, and missing your flight. Not maybe. Genuinely. I went through every single new policy change and pulled together the 9 biggest mistakes passengers are making at security checkpoints right now, today, in 2026. And I need you to stay with me for number 8, because it is the single most counterintuitive thing on this entire list. You will not see it coming. Let's start at number 9. Number 9, trusting your phone over your wallet. A lot of states rolled out Apple Wallet and digital driver's licenses this year, and travelers are showing up to security with their actual physical ID packed away in checked luggage. Sounds convenient, right? Here's the problem. TSA's CAT. 2 biometric scanner machines constantly lose sync with state databases. When that network drops, and it does drop, the machine doesn't wait for you. It doesn't apologize. It defaults straight to a hard reject. There is no workaround. There is no grace period. If you don't have a physical ID on your body, the agent is legally required to deny you entry. Full stop. Digital ID is a great backup. It is not a replacement. Keep your physical license or passport on you every single time you fly. So that's mistake number 9 down. But what if I told you the very next mistake is something you're doing because a TSA sign literally told you to? Let's get into number 8. Number 8. Stacking your electronics. Like a tower. Here's the irony of this one. You're not even breaking a rule. The signs at a lot of checkpoints now say you can leave electronics in your bag. So travelers hear that and start stacking their laptop, iPad, and Kindle right on top of each other, sending the whole cluster through together like one neat little package. Except the new analogic CT scanners build a full 3D model of your bag. And dense stacked lithium batteries create what the algorithm literally reads as a blackout zone. The computer cannot see through the cluster. It doesn't take chances. It automatically flags the bag for a manual search. And a manual search means standing there while an agent physically opens and swabs everything. Easily 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes you didn't budget for. The fix costs nothing. Pack your electronics vertically, separated from each other, so the scanner can actually read around each device individually. Now, you'd think the liquid rules would be simple by now, right? 2026 advanced tech, surely they fixed the 100 milliliter headache? Not exactly. Number 7 is about to explain why that assumption could cost you an entire bottle of skincare. Number 7, gambling on the new liquid scanners. You may have heard some airports now have technology that can scan full-size liquids without the old 100 milliliter limit, and that is true. But here's what nobody mentions. The rollout is nowhere near complete. Right now, in the US, one lane might have the upgraded scanner while the lane right next to it is still running the old technology. And here's the catch, you do not get to choose your lane. If you pack full-size toiletries assuming the new tech will save you, and you end up shuffled into the old lane instead, those items are going straight in the bin. No refund, no second chances. Treat the 100 milliliter rule as absolute until you can physically confirm the newer scanners are in your specific lane. Don't gamble on it. Okay, this next one, this is the one that's going to make you feel personally attacked because I guarantee you've done it in the last 30 days. Number 6. Number 6, the helpful bin push. You place your bin on the rollers and give it a little push to speed things along. Totally normal, totally polite, totally going to get your bag pulled for a bomb swab. The new automated screening lanes have RFID tags embedded in every single bin. The system needs to register that tag to your profile before the bin enters the tunnel. Push it in early, and the system logs it as an orphan bag, a bin with no registered owner, and automatically diverts it into a secondary lane for a full swab. So here's the rule. The moment your bin touches the metal rollers, take your hands completely off. Wait for the green light. Those extra 5 seconds save you 15 to 20 minutes on the other side. Now, quick gut check. Do you own a pair of Hoka's? Max cushion running shoes? If you nodded yes, you are about to be very unhappy with number 5. Number 5, wearing your comfiest shoes. Hoka's and other max cushion running shoes became the go-to travel shoe because they're unbeatable for long walks through terminals. Makes sense. But TSA recently recalibrated the sensitivity on their millimeter wave scanners specifically to detect concealed items in dense foam soles. That thick, comfy cushioning you love? It's now regularly triggering automatic anomaly alerts, even in pre-check lanes. And that alert means a full pat-down and a shoe swab, which completely defeats the entire purpose of paying for pre-check in the first place. On security day, wear low-profile, thinner-soled shoes. Save the Hoka's for the other side of the checkpoint. So if you're someone who pays for both Clear and TSA pre-check because you thought that made you completely untouchable at the airport, you are going to want to hear this next part very carefully. Number 4, assuming Clear plus pre-check is bulletproof. Paying for both Clear and pre-check feels like the ultimate travel hack, and for a long time it was. But TSA has now introduced a randomized ID verification quota specifically designed to combat fraud in the Clear system. A significant percentage of Clear users are now being randomly flagged at the kiosk to show physical ID to an agent. And if you get that random beep, you are kicked out of the fast lane entirely and sent to the back of the regular line, like your premium membership never existed. Here's how you spot it before it ruins your morning. Watch the kiosk screen carefully as it processes you. If it shifts to a yellow or orange verification prompt, have your physical ID already in your hand. Don't let it catch you off guard. Okay, now here's a question. Do you travel with a metal water bottle? Empty, obviously, because who brings a full one through security? You already see where this is going, don't you? Number 3, sending an empty metal bottle. Through wrong. You know it's empty, the scanner does not. Aerospace-grade stainless steel, the kind used in Hydro Flask and Yeti bottles, creates a massive scatter effect on CT scanner sensors. It acts almost like a lead shield, completely blocking the algorithm's view of whatever's packed underneath it. The AI throws a red flag around that dark zone and kicks your entire bag into the manual search lane. Treat your thick metal water bottle exactly like a large electronic device. Pull it out, place it completely loose in its own gray bin, and send it through separately. Empty or not, it needs to be visible to the scanner on its own. Now this next one, this is genuinely my favorite fact on this entire list, because it breaks every single instinct you have about being a good organized traveler. Number 2 is about to ruin your tech pouch. Number 2, being too neatly packed. Those beautiful organized tech pouches where you neatly coil all your charging cables and bind them tightly against your power banks, to you that looks like an organized traveler. To TSA's explosive detection algorithm, that looks like a dense cluster of copper wiring attached to a lithium power source, which is exactly the thermal and density signature the AI is trained to flag as a potential threat. The tighter and neater your cable bundle, the worse it looks to the system. The fix is what I call the loose snake method. Spread your cables loosely inside your bag and pack your battery banks in a completely separate section. Messy is actually safer here. Let that sink in. And now, the moment I told you about at the very top of this video, the most counterintuitive mistake on the entire list. If you skipped ahead, go back, because this is the one. Number 1, opting out of facial recognition. The wrong way. You have every legal right to opt out of TSA's facial recognition scanning, but the way you do it matters enormously now. The new cameras are not just scanning you when you step onto the yellow footprint mat, they are passively scanning the entire approach zone before you even get there. If the behavioral analysis software detects you looking down, pulling your hat low, or angling your face away before you verbally declared your opt-out, it flags you as evasive. Instead of a standard manual ID check, you trigger secondary screening, the exact outcome you were trying to avoid in the first place. The right move, walk up naturally, make eye contact with the agent, and before your foot ever touches the footprint decal, calmly say, "I would like to opt out of facial recognition." That verbal declaration first protects you from the evasion flag entirely. That's all 9. But we are not even close to done. Because TSA seized over 4 million items last year and almost none of it was weapons. It was stuff you have probably packed without thinking twice. Stick around because number 7 in this next section is going to genuinely hurt. Let's count down through the 10 most commonly seized items, starting with the one basically everyone owns. 10. Full-size toothpaste. The standard tube from your bathroom is 4 to 6 ounces. both over the limit. Even if it's almost empty, TSA pulls it based on container size, not what's inside. Buy a dedicated travel size tube labeled 3.4 ounces or smaller and keep it in your toiletry bag permanently. Don't borrow from your bathroom shelf. 9. Full-size shampoo and conditioner. Still the #1 most confiscated liquid category at TSA. The second the X-ray sees a full-size bottle, your entire bag gets pulled for a manual search. Get reusable silicone travel bottles, fill them at home, and never think about this again. 8. Spray deodorant. This catches people who've flown with it before without issue. That's the trap. Enforcement is wildly inconsistent. One day it slides through, the next day a different officer pulls it. Switch to a solid stick. Solids aren't liquids under TSA rules, so it skips your court bag entirely. But wait, what about the one item every single traveler assumes gets a free pass because it's for your health? You'd think TSA would let it slide. They don't. 7. Sunscreen. Summer travelers, this one hits hard. Most sunscreen bottles are well over 3.4 ounces, and people assume sunscreen gets special treatment because it's protective. It does not. Sunscreen is a liquid. Same rules apply. Buy travel size or decant into a smaller container, and apply some before you even get to the airport. Because between terminal windows and UV exposure at cruising altitude, your skin takes more damage on travel days than you'd think. 6. Full-size shaving cream. A full can is usually 10 ounces, nearly 3 times the limit, and because it's a pressurized aerosol, it gets extra scrutiny from the scanner. Travel-size cans cost about $2. Grab one, or just shave before you leave. We are halfway through this list, and I still haven't gotten to the item that costs travelers the most actual money. That one's 2 spots away. Don't leave yet. 5. Full-size Listerine. Standard bottles run over 16 ounces, 5 times the limit, and people pack them constantly, only to have it confiscated every single time. Grab travel-size bottles or switch to mouthwash tablets, which aren't classified as liquid at all. 4. Perfume and cologne. Here it is. The expensive one. That bottle of Tom Ford in your carry-on? $150 of liquid. If it's over 3.4 ounces, TSA takes it without blinking. This is the single most expensive item regularly confiscated at security. People don't think of perfume as a liquid. To the officer, it absolutely is. Buy a refillable travel atomizer around 5 milliliters, well under the limit, and fill it from your full-size bottle at home in about 30 seconds. Now here's one that sounds completely made up. I promise you it isn't. 3. Gel shoe insoles. TSA classifies gel as a liquid. Gel insoles with unspecified volume can technically be flagged and confiscated. I asked TSA directly through their Ask TSA tool, and they confirm gel insoles are currently allowed. But what's allowed on paper and what happens at the checkpoint can be 2 very different things, because enforcement comes down to the individual officer. If you travel with them, remove them from your shoes and place them in the bin alongside your liquids, so the officer can see them clearly instead of guessing on the X-ray. 2. Spreadable foods. Sounds ridiculous, but it's common. Peanut butter, Nutella, jam, hummus, anything spreadable is classified as a liquid. If it can spread, pour, or smear, it falls under the 3-1-1 rule. Here's the ironic part. You can buy peanut butter inside the airport after security and bring it on the plane. But the same jar packed from home gets tossed at the checkpoint. Pack spreads in checked luggage or just buy them after you're through. 1. Medically necessary liquids. And the most important one on this list. Prescription cough syrups, liquid pain relievers, insulin, saline solution. Good news. Medically necessary liquids are exempt from the 3-1-1 rule. You can carry containers larger than 3.4 ounces, but here's where travelers mess it up. They don't declare them. They toss everything in together, the scanner flags an oversized liquid, and the entire bag gets pulled for a full search. Pack medications in a separate clear bag, and at the checkpoint, tell the officer directly, I have medically necessary liquids. Place them in a separate bin. You might get a quick additional screening, but you avoid the full bag search entirely. That's the liquids list. But I need to ask you something. Do you have anything with a battery in your bag right now? Because the next section is where things get genuinely dangerous, and it is not just about getting stopped anymore. Closing CTA, final 30 seconds. So here's the real question. Out of everything in this video, which mistake were you already making? Drop the number in the comments. I actually read every single one, and I want to know which rule surprised you the most. Airport security in 2026 isn't harder, it's just different, and almost nobody got the memo. until now. If this video just saved your next trip, subscribe because I'm breaking down exactly what's changing in travel before it costs you your flight, your luggage, or your $150 bottle of cologne. See you in the next one.